Hello and welcome to our science period 2 and 6, our digital learning week 1 packet answer review. So let's review our packet and our answers from week 1 of our digital learning. So everyone that came Friday the 13th of March received this packet. If you did not come, I emailed out the packet, and I also went ahead and had the packet at the front office for you to pick up. So let's go ahead and go over for our week 1 of learning. And for week 1, it involved pages 115 to 124. So if you did do this page, which was page 114, yes, 114 and 113, then that is fine. But these questions were a little difficult to answer, so you could just put skip on that. If you answer them, that's fine, but you did not have to. So let's go ahead and look over this first page. So this shows a picture of a person on a slack line trying to maintain their balance. So the question was asking what different actions are taking place in the body of the person on the slack line. So you pretty much could have wrote anything down. I went ahead and put the person is balancing their feet on the line, they're keeping their body in an upright position. So any other things you could put here is fine. Then on the second page that we needed to get done, it gave us a little bit of reading to do about phenomenon, and then it went ahead and had a video for us to watch, which we could not watch this video. So just based on not being able to watch the video but thinking about a physically demanding sport, what do you think is the most important between strength, endurance, and flexibility? So these answers would vary, but I went ahead and put the most important would probably be endurance, then strength, then flexibility. And then it shows a picture of a person here just reading that they are running through the desert, and notice they have a fake leg here and foot. Then it has the first part, which is body organization. This is pretty much going to be a review for us because we've gone through our levels of organization. So here at the bottom it says circle an instrument panel that the co-pilot might control. It says circle something on the right side. So you had to go to the other side of this page and circle something here. So I went ahead and circled this up here. That's something they probably would be controlling. Then it said, what would you think is similar part of the body to the pilot? So I went ahead and put that I believe the pilot is like the brain because they are in charge of ordering the plane and the body to do different things. So the brain helps the body to do different things. The plane is in charge of is being ordered by the pilot. Then there's some reading about the organization of the body, and there's a question saying, how is the human body similar to the plane? So I underlined this information. That's where I got my answer from. So the body is like an airplane because it is a large system organized into subsystems that work together. Then here on the side, it says, what steps do you take to get organized for an upcoming project? So the answer will vary, but I went ahead and put, I would plan out the project and then work out each step at a time. So the next page is also going over the levels of organization, cells and tissue. And then at the bottom, it's going over the million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, what the number would look like, and what it would look like if you write it in the power of 10 for the exponent. So you have to do this reading to go along with these answers, and also use this chart to go along with your answers. So it says, if you have 37 trillion, can you write it as a number? And using the power of 10, how can you write it? So as a number, it would be 37 trillion written out like this with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 zeros. Or you could put 37 times 10 to the 12th power. And then it said, how does the New European estimate compare to the smallest and largest estimates of other research groups? So the New European estimate is in between the other research groups because the other research groups talked about how the cells would be from 100 billion to 1 quadrillion, and the New European scientists said that it would be an average of 37 trillion, which trillions in between billion and quadrillion. Here on the next page, it starts to talk about our organs and our systems, and it also talked about the kidneys, which it was telling us the different types of tissues the kidneys use. And then on the right side, it asked if the muscle tissue or the muscle tissue in the kidney is not functioning properly, what would happen? So here it talks about the muscle cells help to drain the urine to the bladder. So if that is not working, then the urine would not get to the bladder, which would be a problem. And then here it's just talking about our organ systems, which this is something we haven't gone into that much. So it's telling us the different systems and what they do, or at least a few of the systems and what they do. And then here on the left side, it asked to put an X near where you think the muscles are involved when you blink your eyes. So I put X's below the eyes, and then also to the left and right of the eye. So I went ahead and put my finger near my eye when I was blinking and tried to see if I could feel something moving. Then that means that's the muscle moving. So this is not necessarily correct, but that's what I went ahead and put down based on what I could feel. And then the next part is talking about food and waste processing system, which is our digestive system and our excretory system. And there's a question saying, if an organ system stopped functioning properly, what would happen? So if it stops functioning properly, then the organs would lose functions also, which could lead to death and would not help the body run smoothly. Then up here on the right, it says, is it true the human body can make its own chemicals? So if you look back to the reading, it says that the food's broken down by stomach acid and that the liver and pancreas produce substances that help break down food. So I said true, the stomach has acids that help break down foods. The liver and pancreas also produce substances to break down food. And then at the bottom, it says to pick an animal or pick an invertebrate and draw it and explain or show how it can still work without having bones. So answers will vary. I did not put a picture here, but you do need a picture of some kind of invertebrate and showing how it can still function without bones. And then lastly, for week 1, it started to talk about the organ systems. And the first system is our defense system, which is the immune system. And then at the top, it wanted us to use the key. So using the key at the top of the next page. So structural support system, oxygen and transport, food and waste processing system, defense system, reproductive system, and control system. So using those labels to connect it with the different systems. So those could be used more than once. So for skeletal system, A and D, so I put that down. Integumentary system, which is hard to say, I put down D and A. And then muscular system, I went ahead and put that A, B, and C would all be part of the muscular system. Circulatory system involves a lot, so it's B, C, D, and F. And then for respiratory, it's just B. So hopefully you understood that for this week. And I'll go ahead and review the next pages at the end of next week. Hope you had a great first week of science learning. And I would love to try and incorporate some kind of like lab or something you could do from home. So hopefully we can get that going soon. Hope you had a great first week of digital learning. See you all next week. Bye.